Hey guys, how's it going? It's Calvin Raab, and in this video, I'm going to go over the highest paying college majors. Now, this video is going to be kind of split in half. I'm first going to go over the highest paying STEM majors, and then the highest paying non-STEM majors, because I just feel like I should differentiate between the two, because I understand some of my viewers are in the STEM field, others aren't, so I wanted to split it up, and in each one, I'm going to go over the top 5 highest paying jobs within kind of these separate fields. So we're going to start with STEM, and then we're going to move over to kind of the non-STEM. And if you're looking for your particular kind of field that you're in, maybe you're not STEM, you can look at the pinned comments below. I will pin timestamps to each one. That way you can jump right to whatever you want, whatever you're interested in. And I recommend watching each one to see what really piques your interest and maybe what you're into. So let's get into it. Let's go over the top 5 STEM majors as far as starting salary, then non-STEM, and we'll see what you guys think about it. So let's jump into it. And if you're new here, my name's Calvin Raab. I make videos all about personal finance, so if you're interested in anything like that, I would love it if you would subscribe. All right, so let's start in the STEM field. Number 5 is going to be computer science. Now, I was having a really tough time trying to find the starting salary for computer science because it fluctuated all over the place. I couldn't get a general consensus. So what I ended up having to do is choose a job within computer science and take that starting salary. So the job I chose was computer programmer. Now I know not all computer science majors go into computer programming. I know that because my dad was a computer science major and he doesn't do computer programming. So this is just one job and it's going to make around $54,000 starting salary. And from what I've seen, other computer science jobs are kind of in that ballpark altogether. So that can be something that you can look into. Computer science is a great, pretty high paying kind of field out there, and there's very high demand for computer programmers. You know, everyone in every field really needs a computer programmer or just a computer science person in general, because every company is now really online and has code within really any business now. So if you're a computer science major out there, there's a lot of different job opportunities for you. I have a lot of friends that are computer science majors and they're all super smart. I enjoy talking to them and I'm excited to see where they all end up. Number 4 is electrical engineering, and electrical engineers are going to bring about $67,000 starting salary. Now, electrical engineering is, of course, a tough major, along with almost all engineering majors. None of them are technically easy, but it does pay pretty well. So if you're going into this job, that's kind of the starting salary, the ballpark that you can expect to be around. Number 3 is chemical engineering, coming in at about $68,000. This is certainly a major that is in pretty high demand. I had a roommate who wasn't a chemical engineer, but was studying chemistry and had friends that were chemical engineers, and you know, they have very interesting job prospects and they are in pretty high demand out there. So that is something that you can look at, and it is high paying with $68,000, kind of at the ballpark amount for your starting salary. Number 2 is nuclear engineering, and this one's going to be about $71,000. Now, I don't know much about nuclear engineering. I am also not a STEM major, I might add, but I do know a little bit because I actually did a full research paper from last quarter. I took a geography class, and my final research paper, or what I was studying there a lot, was nuclear power and kind of its effects on the environment and how it works. So I know a little bit about that, but as far as nuclear engineering as a whole, it is certainly, of course, in demand, much like chemical engineering is. But as we kind of move to new sources of power, there are going to be a lot of nuclear engineers that are going to be in demand as well. So if this is something that you are looking at going into, you will make pretty good starting salary, and it's just a good job to have. The number 1 highest paying STEM major is going to be petroleum engineering, bringing in about $92,000. And when I say all these salaries, it's important to remember, like, oh, that seems low, but remember, this is starting salary. So $92,000 is a lot of money to be starting salary. And just as you keep going on and on and on, you will make more money as you get deeper into your career with kind of more years under your belt and you just know a lot more, so it'll be a lot more useful to the company. But to have starting salary at $92,000, that is a pretty good major and it can pay quite well. So petroleum engineering, if you're interested in anything like that, You got a pretty good career lined up at the end that can pay pretty well. All right, so now we are flipping it from the STEM majors on over to the non-STEM majors. So this is where I reside. I am an economics major, so I am a non-STEM major. And now it's time to go over the 4 highest paying jobs here. The other one was 5, but I wanted to narrow this one down to 4 just because from what I saw, these kind of were the top 4. And then I had another one in the 5th spot, but there were a couple that were around the same amount. Numbers were varying too much, so I decided 4 was probably a better bet. So let's get into it. The first one that I want to talk about is nursing. Number 4 is going to be nursing, and that's going to be about $44,000. But out of everything that I saw, nursing was the hardest one to find an actual salary for because I just saw it was all over the place. Nurses make different amounts depending on the hospital that they're with, you know, just a whole bunch of different things are in the air, where they are located, and it just varied drastically. So if we have any nurses that are watching this video, I'd love if you could maybe comment on this, like if I'm in the right ballpark or anything. I personally don't know much about nursing, although I feel like in like a parallel universe I was a nurse. I don't know why, that's a really weird tangent to kind of go on, but I have a lot of respect for people that go down the nursing route, medical route as a whole. So just let me know if that's in the ballpark. Number 4 is nursing. This one got a little long-winded, so let's move on to the next one. Number 3 is construction management. You know, construction is something that has been a job for a very long time, and it is a very important job. You know, it is what builds the infrastructure that surrounds us, and of course, in order to do that, you're going to need someone to manage those people. So this is a very interesting job for me because a construction management or a construction manager is someone who has to know both sides of the business. You know, has to know the construction principles that a construction worker would have to know, but at the same time, it also has to know how to be a manager. So it's kind of that kind of business acumen as well. So 2 very important sides, and a manager, of course, is going to be in high demand. They're going to be making about $59,000 per year starting salary, and it kind of goes up from there depending on different jobs and different things like that, which are raises and just generally salaries go up every single year on average usually. So this may be something that you're interested in, and it pays pretty well. Number 2 is Management Information Systems, or oftentimes just abbreviated as MIS. And MIS is going to be making about $60,000 per year starting salary. Now, as far as what you would do with this major, or essentially what it entails, is it's kind of in the name, but you're essentially looking at big data. You're looking at lots of information that is produced by companies or within a specific field, and you're breaking it down. You are looking at that data, crunching it, and seeing how you can help a business in some way, or you can see how if that business is running at optimal efficiency and make different predictions about what's going to happen or what should happen or what a business should do to attain their goals and different things like that. So if this is something that you're into, if you're big into kind of big data, big numbers, analytics and different things like that, then this can be something that you may want to look at, and with a $60,000 starting salary at the end, that may be something you want to look into. Number 1, and I'm very happy with this one, and that's because it is also my major, but I promise there was no bias in this one. This is what the information that I looked up online, that's what it said, and that is economics. So as you guys know, I am an economics major. If you're interested in this at all, feel free to ask me any questions about it. I love talking about economics. I actually made a whole video about jobs for economics majors. You can watch that video. But all in all, economics starting salary will make about $62,000. And I think I'm in the unique position that I know a lot of economics majors because it is my major. And it seems right. 62,000 is about kind of the ballpark that I've seen. I've mainly seen people make more than that, but that's more so due to the fact that I go to school in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles just pays quite a bit. You know, big cities generally pay pretty well. San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, they generally pay pretty well because it is pretty expensive to live in LA. So I've seen salaries more in the 70s range, 70 to 75,000. Although I do know some people who went and worked more in like the Midwest or so, and then they made less. However, it's just because it's less expensive to live out there, so in the end, they're kind of saving the same amount of money. But I do find that it is a pretty accurate ballpark, and this is my major. I absolutely love economics. I love economic theory and different things like that, so feel free to ask me any questions about it, but that will wrap it up. So those are 5 different STEM majors, highest paying ones, along with the highest paying, 4 of them, highest paying non-STEM majors. So the winners are the economics for non-STEM and petroleum engineering for the STEM majors. So if you have any comments about this, maybe some of my numbers were off, it's okay, I can be wrong. I certainly, if you see one of my salaries is way off, let me know in the comments below. This is all stuff that I mainly just used Glassdoor and PayScale to get all of these numbers. Although for a few I had to look elsewhere. I think nursing, I had to look at a couple different places to try to get that amount. But if I'm off, or if you're in one of these majors, let me know in the comments below. Or if I forgot one, maybe there's one, it's like, hey, Calvin, you completely forgot this major. This one is knocking the socks off of economics or something like that. So let me know in the comments below. Let's have a good conversation. And the one more thing I want to add is, I know a lot of people who go into college and the only thing they look at is that salary afterwards, So maybe they're into STEM and they just go petroleum engineering because it's got the highest paying after, and it's not always the best bet. Generally, a couple things happen. What usually happens is people that I know that have just chased the salaries, they find out halfway through their academics that they're like, man, this is not right for me. And they end up switching. Maybe they have to stay a little bit longer because, they're behind on classes or anything like that. Then you end up paying more for school, and it's kind of a mess there. But just don't chase the salary. Look in to see if it is something that you really enjoy. I don't want you to do economics because it has a high starting salary. I want you to do economics because you enjoy economics. And if you're just going to school just for that salary after, you're not going to enjoy it. You want to love what you do. You kind of want to love what you study because you pay quite a bit of money for college. So I'll kind of get off my soapbox there, and I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or any other ideas about other majors below, but that will wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and as always, my name is Calvin Raab, and I'll see you soon. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. So I'm going to move to the corner of your screen here. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you are going to see my most recent video. And if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see a video that YouTube and I each think that you would like. And if you haven't yet, you can hit my face right here and subscribe. As always, my name is Calvin Raab, and I'll see you soon.